Okay, there's Restream.
Right. I'm going in the chat.
Stream X. It's getting there. There we go. We're not getting your camera on YouTube.
What?
I'm not getting your camera on YouTube. You're a blue screen.
I'm a blue screen.
Hey guys in chat, are you seeing Jenny, or are you getting the blue screen also?
Because I'm seeing myself.
In YouTube?
Hold on, let me see. Why would I get a blue screen? Hold on.
Okay, guys in chat, if you can hear me, give us a thumbs up or yes or whatever you want. And let me know. Let's see, Matt's saying he's got a blue spot. Yep.
Why would I get a blue?
You're a blue screen. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not seeing a blue screen.
Now you're good. You're on there now. You were blue for a little bit. Thanks, everybody. Okay, guys in chat, if you can hear me, give us a thumbs up.
Okay, we're good. I don't know what that is. Who knows what's going to happen tonight?
Good now.
Maybe
Yeah.
too much information.
It's the energy from everything. Ruby energy, full moon energy.
Exactly. Let people get in and then go into this thing.
Hi, guys.
Mary Graham, I need you to call me. I got a situation in North Carolina. I have a friend out there that needs some help. I was thinking of her today. Sherry Graham. She's the main person that came in my head about this woman.
Well, sure that happened for a reason.
She needs to go into Telegram and look at the message I have in there. So, because I got a gal out there in, okay, yeah, go look into Telegram and that message on there and her contact information. So she's kind of stranded in the Carolinas and in a trailer, and she's sick and she's having problems, and she needs someone to help her get her trailer out of the area. So, and she's been dealing with cancer. So, trying to get her some help out there. So that was the first thing I was thinking. I gotta get a hold of Sherry.
Yeah.
She's like a podium of light out there. Okay. We'll wait till.
So, anyone knows what Restream is? The program that we use to post onto. They're just asking what Restream is. It's the video program that we use to connect YouTube and X and Facebook, everything.
Yeah, it's the best one, I think. Restream is the best.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So if you guys, let me go through the post on her information on this. Hold on one second here. Find this area. So she went into the hospital tonight.
Oh no.
So she's looking for 1 to 2 acres so she can rent out, and she's in North Carolina. Raleigh, North Carolina. So if you go into my Telegram group, you'll see the post in there. So I need somebody that can pull a fifth wheeler, I think it's a fifth wheeler, out of the area and put her somewhere else. Okay. So, and she might be in the chat tonight, I don't know. But yeah, just see what we can do there.
Okay. Yep. Help each other if we can.
Well, you definitely can't depend on the government to do it, especially Biden's administration, right?
No. Absolutely not.
Here we go again.
Oh, Kentucky's having storms. We just got the electricity and internet back on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Kentucky.
I'm checking my internet for a second here.
Okay.
It's there. I just don't. Let's see if it goes.
Sandy. Jeep, she's in the chat.
She is? Good. She's in there. Help her out, guys. Okay. I still have one in Kentucky. I mean, trying to help with the foundation and see what they can do for her. And she's got horses. So,
wow.
I want to look at that angle too. I mean, it's just, the thing is, you can get the message out. That's what matters.
Yep.
Okay. We can take some questions first, and then we'll go into these subjects.
Hey, folks, if you have a question, if you could put it in caps, that'd be easier for me to find it. Thank you. Let's see. Oh, more storms in Tennessee. Okay. We had some weird rain here yesterday.
You had what?
Weird rain. We weren't expecting it. So, very odd. I don't know what's with the internet today. This is moving really slow.
There's some weird stuff going on, let me tell you.
Something's happening.
Well, I think yesterday was the banks. I mean, it was like I couldn't log on. I had to call the bank to see what was going on. They're like, nothing. I'm like, I got 3 areas trying to log in on the banks, and it wasn't working. So I was like,
Right.
This ain't gonna work. But yeah, it's interesting.
Lori's asking, word of the RV imminent. Is that true or not that close?
We are close.
Okay.
And this is what I don't tell you guys, but I'm telling you, go get some cash. I was like, today I should have went and got some, but I was like, figure it out tomorrow.
Lakshmi's asking, what do the cities of light mean to you?
Cities of light. Is that on the moon? They were kept talking about that. Saw a picture of that. I think it was on the moon. Explain if that's the one, the picture that everybody's seeing on the moon. This is the thing. They're pushing all these spacecrafts and all this on the media now, and I just think this is going to be such a blue beam effect thing coming, and just to put fear out there.
Yeah.
So it's a cover-up, or it's something that you can't control, and you're trying to put fear before it enters in the situation. So I don't think so. I think our groups and these pages are going to be calm about the situation, but there's going to be some out there that are going to dysfunction in this process. There's nothing you can do about that.
Okay. Golden Arrow's asking, are the storms going to stop soon?
What storms? Those storms? No, storms aren't going to stop for ever.
Lovely.
It's going to be a while. Okay. Let's go through some more questions and I'll start this.
Let's see. Sedona, is that a new Earth thing?
That new Earth thing.
How are the hurricanes looking in for South Carolina? Oh no, Jenny froze. There goes the internet. You froze for a minute.
I know, it's starting. I might have to switch.
It is. There we go.
This one. Connect.
Something's happening. Frozen again. We'll see how far we get tonight, folks. Bouncing around today.
Okay, I switched internets. That's all you can do. Okay.
Yep.
Let's see if this does better. So military says on the RV, not the banks or the feds or the treasurer. Military has the say. Yes, military was always going to have the say because when the 4 generals are on stage in front of the microphone, they are the ones that are going to inform you because they are the ones that are in charge of this process and the whole green light effect on the situation. It's not a politician that's going to be up there. It is going to be the military. So the green light effect, give you instructions and give you what I've been waiting for. Guidelines.
That's
the
it.
Guidelines, what to go by. So that's important as it's going to be created in a different way. So everybody's been having internet problems. I mean, it's just nonstop. And a cell phone. They're wanting me to upgrade on the Apple, and I haven't done it either. Yeah, the military leads the way on everything, even the med beds. So, I mean, you're seeing, I don't know, more and more military, and this seems like they're starting with the East Coast. And I don't know how much is in LA right now in those areas, but they're starting the East Coast. So I'm wondering when they're going to hit Georgia.
Have to see.
So we'll see what happens with that.
It's quiet up my way.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I mean, it shouldn't take them too long. It's just Rhode Island, so yeah. We're a tiny place.
Sylvia's asking, can you explain what the stillness in the ear and how to suppress feel like, cause I think it might have felt it. So it's a stillness, it's a quietness, and it affects your whole body. And it almost feels like you're under a bell, but it's inside you. That's how I can describe it in that way. Just somewhere where a demon wouldn't want to be is under a bell.
Absolutely, huh?
But it has that effect and that vibration feeling consistently. Because I don't know how much more upgrades we need anyway. Because I think we are sustaining some of the energy coinciding with the Schumann resonance anyway. I think us as the energy vessels are starting to do that itself.
Okay, thank you. Lakshmi saying that the Sedona is the cities of light. are going to be the cities of light. That's what was that other question about?
What was the question?
Cities of light. And she's saying Sedona. So that's where they're saying.
Cities of light, I mean, that because there's a vibration above Sedona, and there's, I think another one of those lights, a podium, I call it, because a collective of energy moving in that direction, a collective of people with high vibration is moving into that area. It's all calling us towards that direction. So yeah, there's going to be areas that's going to happen. I just don't know with this whole Washington thing if Trump is going to blow the thing up or he's and that's the whole thing. You guys gonna need to watch above Washington because to me it doesn't make any sense because the ground is desecrated in what's there. I just can't. There can't be no celebration on top of land that's been just so demonic. And the sacrifices that have been there, you just can't do anything with that land. So I don't see how a celebration can be there in any way.
Right. Speaking of Washington, what are your thoughts on the tech dinner at the White House with Gates and Zuckerberg?
First of all, we all know that he's dead. Dead as a doornail. And he's passed on a long time ago, so it's a good actor. But, they all think he's alive, and he's sitting there. It's like he's not. What is this, the position of keeping your enemies close? I think he's showing, posing that situation. Because, let's just face it, he's as bad as Fauci. So I think it's to show a display, in the situation. It's not to think that he's ever going to work with Bill Gates because Bill Gates is not here.
Right. Okay. So Buck's asking, is there any way to change the land to positive in DC?
I don't think so. I mean, you literally have to have Creator himself to come down and cleanse it.
Okay.
Well, this is the thing that people don't understand. Levels of ground as it goes down deeper into darkness, and the cries and the vibration of the cries and what is happening and the suffering holds an echo in the walls, in the land, and that vibration will always stay, and the soil will be always evil. You can't bring light in a place like that. And it's the way it basically has to be burnt and a different type of cleanse for it to happen. Because do you know anybody would buy property there over the White House, or if they put condominiums there? Who's going to live there? Do you understand? That's like it's you would never have peace. You would hear the souls, and I'm wondering why they haven't heard all of that in a way that people aren't paying attention. And maybe there is stories about it, but to have that going as long as it's gone, it creates a loosh forever.
Right.
And just that alone creates problems and the barriers. So you can't.
Yeah.
Because everything about it was a lie, and what they were doing is a lie. So, I mean, it has to start from a fresh slate.
Right. Okay.
I don't even...
Sorry.
Not even like 9/11. Not even like 9/11. When that happened, you can't even put something in the ground that would represent them. Because, I can't even tell you that I don't think there's nothing. I don't care. You can sage the heck out of that over and over, and it's not going to do any good. Because the thing is, it's innocent blood, and it's the innocence, and there's just a different. You can't save it.
Right. And again, it's not like it's something that happened once. This is over and over and over for
Yeah,
how long?
I'm saying.
So even though there's situations when evil can be cleansed certain places, this is just a no.
This is like a door to hell.
Yeah.
That's how much energy would be down in that process, the way what it has created. And just to be there, and you have to be evil to even walk through the halls and think that this is okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, everybody's like, no, they don't want to go to Washington. Nobody wants to be there.
Mm-mm.
Matthew says, sounds like we may move to another planet.
We need to. They find out everything that's happened under the ground.
Mm-hmm.
It's not good. And there is still people are not ready to accept that. I mean, they'll be looking at where they live and what it's attached to, and they're going to, and then they're going to wonder what's underneath and what has happened in this area. Minneapolis, come on, that's another pit.
Yeah.
Another pit that's going to go down. So, yeah, it's bad. It's super bad.
Right.
Okay, so let's do what to do.
Linda's saying Nancy Drew in DC said that the smell and heaviness in DC has changed. The statues must go.
Everything is desecrated.
Mm-hmm.
Rods of God need to come down on that place because it's so bad. I mean, what do you do? Here's an idea. Fill it with water. Bury it permanently.
Right.
And it's just because you can't save it. Anybody that says you can, I'd like to hear their idea of how they're going to save it from that type of energy. You just can't.
Mm-hmm.
Once you get to past a certain level of evil, you're never able to save it. And that's the whole thing. Unless you got Creator Himself coming in and cleansing the heck out of it, or the 4 element angels. That's the only way. So, I want to talk about this channeling. I want to go over this one quote. So now they show Donald Trump's face, and they also show like a yellow brick road. So they're going to be revealed, like the wizard. This is where I talked about this, and you were talking about Bill Gates, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're putting them right up front to display them.
Yes.
You know that the whole green wizard thing is manufactured. And basically it is as in being revealed, so we would look at that as a whole matrix. The whole thing is a matrix. The whole process it's a whole matrix. It's crumbling, it's dissolving, it's pushing it out as much as it did before. They are saying it has no one to make it function anymore. So what is part of the matrix? Part of that process is the masks. Because it's not just, the administrations have been wearing masks for a long time. So as they said, remember, we showed you all the red curtains, so he has to pull the red curtains down. So I'd be looking for red curtains. Because they're really showing that a lot. A red carpet, too, they showed. And always the bell. The bell has to ring. So what I'm asking is the bell from him ringing the symbolizing. I'm sticking Bill Gates right by the bell, see if he really goes ballistic for that bell. Dang! Dome.
Probably would if it was the original, but you know.
Right. So something we're going to hear. We've been fighting and fighting and fighting for a long time. So what has to start is the peace, the energy that has to start, it has to activate upon Earth, which brings a union of the universe. It feels like when I see things, like if I had to see the negative, it feels like all this at the same time, as if it is a particular screen dissolving. And it's all like dismantling, and they are saying, but it is dissolving. It's all dissolving. But they're putting all the symbols in front of you. And to get you to know the truth, they have to display them across the board. Okay, let's move on to this. It is like a language with a sound, like something moving in the ocean that is coming to the surface that hasn't been to the surface in a long time. An activation, as they say. Watch the water. Watch the waves. Watch the pattern in the sentence or the language. Let my people go. The enslavement of the chains are now free, and they are broken. And we're not seeing that. I mean, people are not really seeing that yet. They're not allowing yourself to be free at all on this process. Let me take some more questions while I'm looking at this. Here's another one. All these are showing all these
for a quick second there.
Okay. All these are showing all these type of scrolls going to have to pay attention to what Trump does tonight for the night. I don't want to know how. It doesn't look like a normal paper. Okay, so that's what they're telling you. Watch the paper that he's using, the imprints of it, the language of it. It's not normal paper. It looks like a scroll, a history scroll, a true writing to the truth. We have to go back in history to get back to the truth, true history. So they pulled some information from the Vatican and brought it to the surface. The energy is still up there. So you're going to be looking for some type of documentation that's from the original form of a documentation. It's not like what we have these days.
So do you think if he's writing on something like that, it's going to be something that's not a typical, order? Sit down at the desk and sign some orders.
Exactly. So it says this is where the countries come together, and you're going to start to see them working together as one. They have brought these stronger strength warriors into stasis to mount them in as a podium of strength. Okay, I'm going to go down to this. I went over that a little bit, but okay. We can go back into some more questions, and I'll start with this one.
Okay. Well, big question that's coming up is, how is Trump's health?
Which Trump? You guys have not seen the original Trump in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So is the puppet looking like he's exiting or sick? Maybe. And always remember, it's a play, and why are they making you feel that way? And when it's usually, look over here, there's something else going on. So that's another distraction.
Right.
They're creating.
Thank you. Do you see any cartels in Venezuela being taken out fast, or will it drag on?
Oh, the technology's coming in. Ooh, the advancement. Ooh, overnight. Annihilation.
Alrighty. Nice.
I have no idea. We're not talking old ways of war. They know where they're at, exact targets, and how to get to them.
Mm-hmm.
You have no idea. So if you get on the news, then you all of a sudden see these cities and boats and cars, and they're just, it's like, where you saw in Hawaii, you just saw everybody with the blue house that was not touched. This is going to be kind of familiar to the same thing, but exact targets.
Oh, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. I want to go into showing me the time of the pyramids. I see a lot of red, deep red. There are stories on the walls because there was heavens upon earth at one time. There are also many kingdoms that have to be revealed at the surface. They are being pushed to the surface already. The waters will release it. The towers, the true towers, will be shown. There's going to be a red sky. So you want to bring it up? Let's go into it. As we go into that.
All the red.
All the red. So did we... You brought this up, but you didn't bring that one from the other.
Do you want that other one? Of course we can get
it.
Yeah,
I want the other one, and then we can go into that. There always was something that I thought was missing that has to activate things from the past that need to be activated to today. Mm-hmm. It didn't make any sense, except when I came across a download that I did, and they talked about how as it has an activation, and every type of species would like to contain it, control it, and they can't. They can't have it. They can't get near it. And this kind of a little bit goes back to the giants a little bit. Remember when they had a device and they said the only creator was able to hold and contain it on this thing. So I'm going to go into, if you want to go ahead and start reading that, and I'll look at the others.
Oh, sure. The Ruby Anomaly and Leyline Activation. This was a note from you. Hello, everyone. This is Jenny Lee. Today I want to share something powerful that is unfolding right now upon our Earth. There is an energy I've been shown, a crystalline presence within the waters, often appearing as a ruby red light. This anomaly is not random. It is part of Earth's living archive, a seed of memory and the freedom codes that is surfacing in our time. Its purpose is not to be captured or controlled. It is destined to release into the ley lines of Earth, strengthening our planetary grid and awakening human memory. And this release will not happen all at once, but in waves. The first pulse will begin within the next 1 to 2 months. It will move through the South Atlantic waters, touching Brazil's coastline and the Cape of Good Hope in Africa. These are the oceanic gates where the ruby's vibration first enters the Earth's field. The second pulse will follow in 4 to 6 months. It will light up land bridges across the world, the Nazca Lines and the Andes Mountains in South America, the Great Rift Valley in East Africa, and the Uluru in Australia. These pulses awaken ancient memory nodes connected to humanity's origins. The final pulse will complete within 9 to 12 months. At that time, Antarctica's crystalline vaults will release the ruby's full power across the entire planetary web. Key ley line nodes will ignite. Egypt's Giza Plateau, Stonehenge, and Avebury in the UK, Sedona in North America, and Mount Kailash in Tibet. Oh, apologies. Oh, we're getting all the pictures now. Tech difficulties. Okay. Together, these activations will restore the global memory grid, helping humanity remember who we truly are. This is not a myth. It is a living event in motion. Each pulse will feel like a wave of clarity, like fog lifting from the mind and heart. As light workers, we can anchor this process. Every prayer, every decree, every focus of intention helps strengthen the path of this ruby energy, ensuring it remains aligned with Creator's will. This is why I was shown this and why I'm sharing it now. Not to create fear, but to give understanding and to empower us all to hold the grid with love and light. So be watchful, be steady, and remember the ruby anomaly is not a threat, it is a gift, a key of freedom rising for the ascension of Earth.
So, the one thing I was pissed off they wanted to put out there when I had to draw that drawing, and I was like, no one's going to believe this. I don't believe it. How could this be? How could this be? And then we saw all that in our Antarctica, all the rivers, all the lakes that were red. And then all of a sudden, all this red stuff is starting to pop up again. So it is surfacing. It is moving. And this is one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want to witness. I want to see this. I want to see it from the waters. I want to see it in the air. Like they said, that it can move. And in the vibration and the activation. So this was the one thing that I couldn't understand when I got the ley lines and the serpent mounds and all these pyramids. There was an activation process that turns all this on.
Mm-hmm.
It has to be an energy. And so as many want this, many in many forms want it, but they can't get it. And they can't have it. They can't contain it. And they'll never find it. So it's just interesting how this is going to look at this. So let's go. Spirit has showing me something rising out of the earth right now. It is called the ruby anomaly. This is not just an energy. It is a memory of the crystal seed from the beginning of time, now awakening. Let that sink in.
Mm-hmm.
So, and there was a Pacific area that showed me that it would be in the sky. I remember this. So the ruby anomaly is a crystal line memory archived in Earth's first creation cycle. A pulse in the waves, not at all once, because, the pulse in the waves, not all at once, because each pulse is a collaboration, clearing fog, realigning our DNA with a source blue imprint. And as it rises, humanity begins to remember who they truly are. But he's fixated on the DNA of the blood, and how do you upgrade in that whole process of it? It was never that type of situation that was going to be the upgrade. It was energy, it was frequency that could upgrade this, that can change it. Pulse 1 flows through a solar Atlantic waters, cap of good hope. This pulse reawakens the oceans, the gates, where rubies first entered Earth's field. The pulse 2 connects to the land, the bridges, valleys, and it ignites the memory of the civilization before the reset. Pulse 3 unlocks Antarctica's crystalline vault that flows into nodes of Gaza. So Sedona, and they told me Arizona with a red in the sky. This is going to be interesting. So to complete that whole process of that, it's going to be insane. So then we goes to each pulse doesn't just awaken Earth. It awakens the guardians of Earth, the dragon, the elements, keepers, ancestor watchers, who has been waiting for this stasis of humanity recover the memory and activation, clearing the intuitive, deeper vision, emotional release. This is the Earth's reset switch. And we are the anchor. And we are the light people, the lights, the healers. Remember, I told you for a long time the healers are going to be important in this situation. Anchoring down, because that's what we're doing on the Schumann resonance. We're holding that energy now across the board. And that's why it feels different. This is another one they're going to have to listen to over and over.
That's okay. It's a good thing it's recorded. I'm probably going to have to listen to it again, too.
I know. So with each pulse, it just awakens Earth. It awakens the guardians of Earth, the dragons, the elements, the keepers, the ancestor watchers who have been waiting for this stasis of humanity to receive the memory and activation. So then we go to the systems like the projects, the Pegasus. Let's go into that. Let's go into that project. Wanted to seize it as a power source, but this ruby cannot be owned. It flows through and resides with spirit. And any attempt to weaponize it or collapse it in a backlash, this is freedom, not control. So they can try, they can do whatever they want, but you can't contain it, you can't control it, you can't have it. So let me read that again. Project Pegasus wanted to seize it as a power source, but this ruby cannot be owned. It flows through and resides with spirit. And any attempt to weaponize it, it will collapse in a backlash. This is not freedom, not control. Some of you may already feel it. Ringing in the ears, sudden flashes, deep emotion surfacing and releasing. Seers will notice their visions coordinate, winding for others. It will come as an unexpected peace or pull you to stand in a new place. So some of you may already feel it. The ringing in the ears. Ding, 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 ding. Sudden flash of clarity. Deep emotion surfacing. Wow, that's happening this week. And seers will notice their vision coordinates is opening wider. For those, it may come unexpected. Peace pulls you and stands in its place. Mm-hmm. This is the thing I'm realizing. You have the 3D world and the way it's collapsing and everything, and we're already creating and developing an energy and frequency. And they were talking about, I was reading on something about dolphins and when they give birth and what it does to the frequency of Earth, you know, and they try to hide that too, that whole frequency. And these, we'll get into that. So dolphins and the whales are connected to this energy. So it's going to be interesting. So the dolphins and the whales are a protective barrier around this energy. So the ruby anomaly is a crystal frequency seated in earth with waters, a memory out, and archives, freedom coding, rising, awakening humanity, guarded by the Pleiadians, because that's where I got the damn information. Not that I wanted to hear that when I went up there, but that's what they told me. It has been sought out after by programs such as Project Pegasus. It releases it carefully, timing through Earth's ley lines, assuring that no force can misconstrue this. Anomaly is not meant to be owned. It is under the guardianship of the Pleiadians, the higher councils, the light, the pulse, calibrating the Earth's memory grid, restoring the original blueprints to humanity. Now, you guys got to remember these pulses. Are you there? Okay. The first pulse moving through South Africa. Okay, you went over all this stuff where it's going through.
Mm-hmm.
So we went over that. Okay, so we're good there. I'm not going to go through that again. So they can ask confusing questions.
Yeah, if you guys have some questions.
For this whole process of this, this is one of the most uncomfortable drawings and writings I had to do, because I was like, this just is not making sense in this 3D process. And you really had to take your mind out of the 3D and understand the history and why it was there. And now you'll see in Antarctica, bleed, water, red, and they can tell you it's iron all you want, but it's been down there for a while and now it's surfaced. So you're going to be paying attention to the red in the sky, whether it's fog or whether it's energy or what it is. But this cannot be contained.
So one of the questions is, will all of the United States see the red skies?
Yes.
Or will it be the whole world?
It'll be the whole world. Okay. I don't think this is something we're supposed to miss.
There's no missing. Okay. That's what I figured. Thank you. Back to military stuff. Let's see. I Am Love says that they follow a U.S. military channel, and they took down a big cartel that was set up for them. They came into the United States, and all were taken out within 5 minutes, and not one soldier was even seen. It was amazing with drones.
Yeah, because there's drones everywhere. That's what I'm saying. This war is from a computer. Advanced computer system. Not one human's going to be harmed in this situation. They know exact targets, where to go, what to hit at the exact moment. They don't need to see in the dark at all.
Right.
And they've trained over and over and over on this. So it's just interesting how it's going to show itself. Right. The quiet war, as I would call it. But like I said, they're on the ground, and the equipment that they have and what they do and the technology, they can't beat it in any way.
Okay, another question about what's in the sky. Many are suggesting not to go out and visualize or gaze at this particular coming full moon. What are your thoughts?
I haven't wanted to gaze at this moon. I haven't gazed at a moon in a while. I'm more of a star gazer. Yeah, I haven't had the desire or the want to do it. So I don't feel it anyway. I feel like everything's color blind stars out there. I don't believe colors are just black and white. I believe there's more out there. And so, no.
Okay.
Don't be afraid of it. I mean, if they're putting fear out there like that, I mean, it's just, I think every time that they put fear out, you do the opposite.
That's what it seems like, yes.
You get more nosier and you figure it out.
Right. So another question is, how does this red relate to the pink/purple fog?
Because the red has to do with activation, reinstating what was here before. The pink has to do with the end of it all. It's the calm that comes after. And we all are in awe and in stillness and in shock, but peaceful about it. And it's all always like, a tornado that hits, and then you see the most beautiful sky after the storm.
Right.
But it also talks about the sun as orange and bright as it is, how great it is. So it's going to be amazing to see that. But the pink has to do with calmness.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Lenora is saying Q states only at a precipice will people find the will to change. Will these events happen in 2025 or will this take a decade?
Oh, I don't think it's going to take a decade. We can't hold on to that. No. I mean,
No.
that's 3D conversation. There's so many people. I mean, they're really pushing the fear, and some old programs are starting to reinstate, and it's just people are not triggered the same way by it anymore, and all that stuff. And it's you just gotta skip the page and focus on what resides in the truth for you, and just keep going.
Okay, thank you. Paul's asking, what can you share about the reverse rapture, also known as God's terrible day?
I've never
Anything on that?
I don't even know what that one. I never heard the reverse rapture. You'd have to include us on that, and I'd have to ask because I've never heard that in my head.
Okay. Let's see. Oh, it's a full red moon tonight. No, that is Sunday, I believe. Sunday is the full moon. Let's see.
Yeah.
Back to buildings. What buildings in Minneapolis will be going down? Any there?
I think it's going to be in one big circle. There's going to be a lot. So the way that city is wrapped up in, you get on the highways and everything like that, but it's very tightly wound and everything. So, and that's why I think water in that area and how those buildings are made and everything. So there's just going to be a lot of state buildings there. They're going to be locked out. I mean, that's the thing is I think they're hiding a lot in that city, and they think they're going to be safe in there, and they're not. That's because on the outskirts of Minnesota, it's all farmland. So they think they're going to burrow down into it, and they're not going to be able to. So we'll see.
Thank you.
What they're going to try.
Here's one of, what about when we go to and Gaia goes to 5D? Will the old 3D world split away energetically?
So this is the thing. Look what we've done to it. And I think it's the human process where they just leave something for someone else to clean up. Or they think, you just get to exit and you don't have to take care of it. And that's not true. In some point, we have to put this planet back into stasis to neutralize it and put it back in the fruits that it had before and cleanse the oceans the way it was before. And so it can redevelop. So no, we're not going to be able to just throw it aside and say we'll deal with it later. It's not going to happen. And so I know that there's a lot of people think, and that's part of their humanity project because they feel they're responsible for that. We have to start cleaning it up.
Yeah.
It has to be in stasis to a point, just like a fire cleanses land and then it grows and flourishes. There's parts that probably will be on fire. But cleanse, everything has to regrow, redevelop. Contamination and everything, So yeah.
Okay.
You got to clean up the mess.
There's another question of, won't the solar flares help with cleansing? don't know if they meant the flashes or flares, but
the barrier, as they call, it's a barrier that, like a, I want you guys to go back where you had Trump showed a world that when there was gold over the top of the world, that barrier. It's a new upgraded gold frequency barrier. But that gives you a hint.
okay. There's a switch over. When will Canada get rid of the wefers running the government?
And they're bad. They're seeped in the ground over there really good. And I know they're getting really desperate because they're threatening people with tax stuff now. Mm-hmm. And that just tells you they're running out of funding and they're not getting what they want in this process anymore. So I think the dismantling phase is coming, but there's a lot of people there. They are not awake at all, and they're so programmed into the society and just not even trying. I really hope the farmers just come out with their manure spreaders and just spray the shit out of them, literally.
Right.
It'd be the best thing ever. Because the politicians, anyway, and then, you just need to wake up. But I wonder how far it's going to take in certain areas for them to understand that. And they're just in this robotic stage of things.
Mm-hmm.
So I think once the U.S. makes a decision and announce things, then I think you'll see the spirit within Canada change. That's what I feel like it is. It's a spirit of hope that changes, yes, and that you can speak your voice now instead of suppressing that voice. I think Hungary is another one. They're trying to push back still over there and force parents to do stuff that they're it's so criminal over there. That's George Soros's homeland of
the
crapville that's over there right now. But and that's a paw that needs to come down too.
Right. Okay, thank you. Lenore says, when will the anti-gravity cars be ready like the new Air Force One? He says, I'm saving my money for the Jetson Mobile.
I want that too.
Yeah.
Of course, I don't know. I like the classic cars and classic trucks. I can't help that, man. I don't know.
I know.
Going to replace that.
They don't make them like they used to.
It's just going to be impossible. There's a certain Generation X. I'm telling you, we had it. We had it all. The freedom that we had and the way we lived. We had it.
Okay. There was a question on what do you see happening with the Dearborn Heights in Michigan? I guess the police officers are having patches now with Arabic writing on them.
Well, they're going to have to get a control. And this is, again, like Washington. When are you going to let the military in to actually take care of it? Have they allowed them to, is the question. Or are they, because you don't ever know with the cops whose side they're really on, who's paying them off. So until the military gets in there and then pushing the military to be in there, that's another. This is the example for other societies who think they're going to take on America. You better watch what we're doing to the cartel, because they're the tough line of a certain level of things. But you want to And so after that is all gone and dismantled, and what's left in the United States that think that they can take us on, it's going to be a walk in the park.
Yeah.
Because there's people in mountain terrain areas in different parts of red states that have tanks by churches, and they've been waiting for this moment forever. They have no idea. And all it is Trump has to say one word, and you will see it in seconds. And all he has to say, man up.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah, that's power alone. So they want to look at this as an example of the technology and advancement the military has. And if people in the United States, like down in Texas, they think they're going to take over Texas and they're going to bring in their religion and take over, it's not going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen if you try. It'll be a different war. It'll be fast and it'll be over quick.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So.
Okay. Forever saying, Congress is horrible to RFK Jr., lying to media, people do not see it. Will Congress be arrested before the holiday break?
I don't think Congress exists. Sorry.
It's more part of this show. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. More masks.
And the thing is, there's corruption on both sides and everything, and they're trying to air all that stuff out. And behind the doors, you got Putin and all these other countries, and they're developing a new council of the regions, and everybody's watching that 3D show when there's other shows that are being formed that are legit. So it's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just, how do you trust after all of this? How could you trust at all? How could you trust that program all over again? You can't. It's being dismantled.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. When will the knowledge be released from the Vatican, specifically the ancient healing and true ancient history? Do you know when we'll see that?
So the thing with the Vatican in the levels, I have a drawing I did of that, and the levels of how, like libraries that are in the ground all the way up, and how they have to handle it and how they have to take it to the surface. It's going to take years to get all of that up, because they hid it all. They were paid to hide it all. And so how they are going to surface it and bring it to the top, are they going to put it in museums? What are they going to do? How the public can see them? How you're going to see it on live cams? However, the true writings, the true scrolls, the true information, the true devices, the devil's Bible that was there. So they eventually have to start showing the public all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're going to throw it at them all at once, but yeah, I do believe they're going to have to start showing the people the truth. It's in a dismantling phase. I mean, another area like Washington, you can't do anything with that area. It's so desecrated. I mean, Washington's not the only place.
Mm-hmm.
Areas all over the world that are not going to be livable because of that. Even talking about the UK, I haven't even gotten to that.
I know.
Around there. Yeah. So that's bad.
So Michelle saying, in California, the Chinese campfire, was it started by a dew or was it retaliation? Because she saw the thunderstorm rolling through the valley that morning, but there was no rain.
I think it was retaliation. You feel
Okay. The current storms that are hitting Kentucky and Tennessee, will they stop soon?
I hope so.
Bolsonaro saying if not, we all need prayers here.
We who said that?
Golden Arrow.
Yes. Needs protection, especially around the farm with their animals.
Right.
I'm not feeling huge, impact, but I feel like there could be some wetness in that situation.
What do you see with the New Jerusalem coming to Earth?
Like they've always, and I did have pictures on this on Instagram, shows it in the sky. It's in the sky. If you go to Instagram, you'll see it. And the Golden City, it talks about all of that. Everything that's released underneath the ground that's supposed to be released, they've contained and held. And then the biggest thing with that is the sounds of the horns. Let's see, they always show this announcement of that then you will look to the skies and see the new kingdom. So yeah, I think it's interesting in that whole process, and that goes along with the golden sun, the way it looks and how and people are, and I don't know, sometimes it's hard to trust what you're seeing on the media and how they're seeing glimmers and reflections of cities they're seeing in the sky, and they can't tell the difference in how that is. And as we break down the matrix and what's really been above us that we cannot see, will that be shown in that way? But yes, that was always the promise.
Thank you.
But it's also the path that you choose to see that. Okay. And that's what matters too.
Yeah. So another one, are we close to seeing the evil done in Gaza and Middle East?
I hope so. That needs to come to a quick halt on things. Like I said, once we start, I think in the States, when it starts to get to a certain level of things, and they know that chain effect, and that we're coming in their direction, and that there's going to be repercussions in a fast way. That's why I think it's important to see this witness, this cartel stuff going on, because I liked what I saw in Florida today. They're not tolerating any shit down there no more. They're like, we don't need the military. We're going to handle it ourselves. So anybody that gets out of line, they're giving citizens power to deal with it. And that's what I said that was going to happen. You wait and you see this. Yes. They're going to give the citizens the power to deal with the ones out of control. They're going to confine them, and they're not going to understand how they can get a hold of that. Away with it, because so I think Florida is the example of saying we're done, and there has to be someone that has to step in and finally say that. So it's going to be interesting to keep an eye on Florida, what they do and how they handle these people and what they're going to do with them. They're not messing around. They're not kidding about shooting people. They're not messing around with anything. They're giving the citizens the right to defend themselves, and they will not be trialed for if you try to enter their home and try to do anything. So they brought it to the streets, and now it's there. And then they give the citizens the power to defend what is theirs. And that's what's going to happen all over the United States.
It's just gonna follow one after the other. Because
Yes.
if it's happening there, they're gonna let it happen everywhere else.
Exactly.
So, Connie's funny. Yes, Florida, FAFO. Okay.
Right. So, I mean, this world's changing. The laws that were before are not the same, and they're pushing these departments, these police departments, to make a choice. And if you don't, the military will take over, or the citizens will take over, because you either defend us or you better get out of the way.
Mm-hmm. It's almost as if that's how it should be.
Well, I think there's a massive mask reveal that's coming in just a big amounts of how that's going to be unmasked. It's not going to be one by one. I feel like there's this big event of that happening, and how that's going to happen. You know, we're not going to be watching movies or sports for a while. We'll be soaking up all this information and trying to comprehend all the information once they put it out there, and wanting the details and the information and how everything's running. I mean, for a good 3 years, everybody's just going to be trying to figure out this whole situation. They're not going to be worried about being entertained, because you're going to have to relearn everything and figure how things are going to be ran in this country now.
Okay. Priscilla's saying, whereas Canada is saying, run and hide or comply. Don't engage anyone entering your home. She says it's nuts.
So I'm saying, that is the whole thing. I mean, in the core of our soul, we're supposed to defend ourselves. It goes back to that. That's what we've been taught. And to put that into the conscience of a different enslavement, of not even defending yourself from that, goes against everything.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Okay, let's see. Oh, back to the reason for not, they find out the reason for not to look at this full moon is because they are beaming negative frequencies during it.
How would you get the power to do that? And I'm sorry, and go past the firmament.
Right.
You know.
Okay. Yes, I get you. Question on daylight savings time. Is that going to happen this year? Or is it going to stay light out, not get dark early?
I don't know if that is going to happen at all. I'm not feeling a lot of strength behind that. I don't think that's something people are too worried about, but no. Let me grab her real quick.
Okay. I hear a doggy. There's mascot number one.
What? Oh, yeah. She's
mascot number one. Mine are all conked out over here.
Right. Exactly.
They do not want to be on camera.
So, some of this download will be in Telegram. I'm putting some of the stuff up in Telegram now. And as soon as I can get my phone to signal, I can't get into the groups for some reason. And my new phone won't transfer everything. So I'm trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do about that. So I got to get that downloaded in there too. But yeah, these are going to be put in there. And then Monday, I think I have a show with Gail. Because we didn't have the show yesterday. Something happened with stuff going on with her. And so So we're going to move it till Monday.
Alrighty. And we'll post that in the post section on YouTube here.
Right. So, I mean, what I would say, if you can pull some cash out, I would do it. Because there's some type of edge thing that you're feeling it. You know, if anybody doesn't feel it right now, I'm just like, I don't know how you cannot. And I was just like, today I bit my tongue and I'm like, I should have went to the bank, pulled some money, just to think a 3-day deal is coming with the situation.
Well, that goes with this next question of what should we expect this current weekend going into next week? So there you go.
I don't think Monday's going to be the Monday that we're all used to. There might be a lot of stuff going on with the stock market and the finances. So that's what I'm sensing. Like I always said, that they showed me that one day that the market and everything would go down. And everybody's going to just hold their breath. And then because we only have one time to hit this green light, and it's got to go right back up, into the new system. And then that's when everybody's going to hold their breath and go, oh, thank God.
Right.
I'm telling you, this is going to scare the shit out of people.
That goes with another question we've got. Sylvia's asking if you can list which currencies are the real good ones for the RV.
Again. Silver, gold, and XRP.
Okay. Thank you.
If you can hold it in your hands, even better.
Right.
That is the best you could do. And I really believe the XRP holders are going to be happy because that's what they said. It's just the whole process, ringing in the bell on that situation, and from there, just the whole world on flourish. You got to understand, everybody thinks all these things have to come in a process one at a time, but you have to understand, after the money flips, everything flips. The IRS is down, all that stuff is down, the Jubilee's in. It's like going to be so consistent of things just falling in line. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Question: what to say to others who push to pay taxes?
That push? Who's pushing?
I don't know.
How many people do you know are paying taxes? Because I don't know a lot of people that are doing it anymore.
Right.
They're paying state, but they're not paying federal.
The federal, right.
Yeah. Yeah. Can't control all of us. And that's the whole thing. It's just to the point.
Oh no, she froze again. There you go. You froze for another second.
Okay.
So you started talking about taxes. That's what happened.
Yeah, there you go.
That's it. XRP.
So I'll be putting this. Huh?
No, I was just saying that they could get gold, silver, local.
About the Red Ruby information and Telegram too. So it's in there and everything. So put these, and then Patreon has a certain level of different one access to. So, but anyway, yeah, this is going to be good. So yeah, this weekend, and I'm just telling you, I'm holding my breath. I'm just like, something's coming, and it's not. I don't say that. I'm like, I feel certain things, but this is sitting on my chest on this, it's sitting there very hard that there is a huge shift. And it's not even that. I mean, channeling information, getting information, and I just feel, and it's the first time in my life ever, and I heard today, just sit and do nothing. You don't open a door, don't do anything, don't move energy. I'm like, what? Nothing? Is squirrel mind here? No.
It's like just go back to bed. You can't do anything.
I'm gonna have to go gamble or something.
That's doing something.
Exactly. So yeah. So we'll see what happens and everything. So that's all we could say is yeah, it's something's. And I don't think it's on the verge. It's already there. And I do believe that every person that's involved in this in the countries and the ones that are the leaders all have to hit the green button at the same time.
Okay.
And that's why this whole thing with Trump, how he's displaying Gates, and I'm like, and not in a likable sense, but in a way of why. That's my big question. There's some downfall that's huge that he's about ready to show. Just like that federal guy that's in charge of the IRS, and he displayed his pansy ass up there too. So he's displaying these people for a reason.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll see. So. Okay. And there's a lot of stuff that's in the sky that they're showing and they're putting it on the media, you know, and it's going back to biblical times on things that you're seeing this stuff. So it's gonna be interesting. So let's do the bell. Hopefully Trump rings it soon.
Hopefully.
Right?
Yep.
We saw this morning, was it on X that they were talking about, and it was the Q was talking about the bell.
About a bell. Yes.
And I'm like, well, there's one bell. Where's the gold one?
That's right.
That's what we need.
We need the gold one.
Right, we do.
Okay. So I'm gonna ring the bell for the children, guys, so you can quiet the chat, and if you got a bell, ring it.
So I just want to say I need help with 2 people. One in Kentucky, if you know anything about foundations, so we can save her house on this situation, you have something you can contribute to, that's fine. And I have one in North Carolina, another elder woman. So contact me and I'll get you connected to those people. We need to help and take care of them as much as we can. Come together. Let me know. So stay in the light, and we'll see what happens over the weekend.
Okay. Thank you very much. Good night, all.
Good night. Bye, guys.